began to sense, and it would spark off inside. You would go bang like that, and it would kick it offline. And that's just because those wires on the antenna are 7 strands, and the wind must have broken 6 of them, and then it melted the last one because all 300,000 watts of power going through this bundle of key. So then we crawled up there when we discovered it, crawled up there and repaired it by putting 7 strands on the top again. So they wanted fire protection. Ampagon suggested that we have it. We had a guy come in, it was like $20-something thousand to do what they wanted to do. Then we're standing back and looking at it, at the protection that it has. If we would explode a transformer over there, it would just be the transformer. The building wouldn't start on fire, everything else would be protected, it would shut off. So we have passive, we just have notification. I have Wi-Fi enabled smoke detectors that will text me through the app if one of them would trip off. I have Alexa here on with Alexa Guard, so if one of the faults or something would go off, it texts me, notifies me that it's going. And that's all it was last time. That's what burnt the last one. That balun was horizontal in the ceiling, and when it shorted, it burned. It shorted for a while, and then it burnt through the side, and right there was a wood beam, and that's what started it. He thought he had it, but didn't quite get it.
There is a sign here.
Are available to be opened. All right. So then what I'm going to do is this is an access key. Notice when I turn this on, these all turn green. All the latches on this and the gates to the high power area, PSM and the high power are all locked, and the ground is on. That off. That means that it is going to allow electricity to go into the set. Now I take this key and I go over to the cage, and you can follow it. When you put this key in, then you can see the grounding bars are there. There could be no electricity in it, but when I take that key, the green key, and turn it, grounding comes off. Then I take this key. Then I go over there to the switch. They don't want to kill you. So then you go over to the switch, and right now the main power switch is blocked. You can't get into it to do it. So you insert your key, turn it, now you have that. This is a manual. This one's manual. This is all. It does run automatically, remotely, but when you work on anything, you have to shut it off manually. So it's nothing can short, and all of a sudden the switch is on. So it's all manual. Then what you do is you insert this in there and you turn it on. Now power came up. Everything is green, looking good. Okay. Then we go down. You'll hear the low voltage transformers humming, and you'll see we have 3 legs of 400 volts. That runs all the systems.
Now, when you was around there, if one of these panels are not secured, it wouldn't have.
No.
You had to go back. You couldn't have went through every step.
Right. The nice thing is it tells you which one.
Yeah.
This we had to work on after the engineers left because it wasn't contacting correctly. We'd have to go push on it every time.
Okay.
But now that we adjusted it, now it does good.
Yeah.
But like you said, if one of those is
Not secured, then you have to go back.
now this is a cooling. That's a cooling compartment there. There's no high power in it, so that can be open.
Okay.
This is a monitor.
That's
that can
the one.
be open
Yeah.
too. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up to auxiliary. First step is hits motor. You hear the motor spinning up, and then it gives you the ramp up time. Motors, it doesn't take long to sense everything. It spins different speeds, and then it registers the amount of amp draw, and just makes sure that it is in shape.
It's like a pre-trip.
Exactly. It does all the steps. It does all the steps.
Okay. Go through all the cycles. Yeah, all the cycles.
And it takes about 30. We're going to be a little bit late going on the air. It takes about 35 minutes to go on the air. Now, if you're transmitting along and you lose power, if it's under 2 seconds, it will automatically boom boom right back on the air because the tube hasn't cooled down at all. If it goes over that 2 seconds, up to 2 minutes, then it does a red heating cycle, which takes about 3 minutes, and then you're back on the air. If it's more than 2 minutes, then it will go all the way back down. When the power is restored, it will start from the beginning, take 35 minutes. On its own, yeah. Now, this computer control system is remotely accessed on the laptop in the office, and then I also have an app that I can run it on the
you
phone.
can do it. Yeah,
right?
you don't necessarily have to be.
And it's different. This is where Deacon McAvin would have loved it, because he could have been sitting on a beach in Florida or whatever. You know, he wouldn't have done that. But he could have been wherever and
still monitoring
ran
what's going on.
Now, there are things you have to be here to do, which you do. So I come over every day at least once. Make sure things are doing right. I have to program the schedule, program the audio runs and all that. Make sure the triggers are to the second, because FCC wants you to be on all the time. Okay, now what it's doing is it's black heating. It's bringing that main driver tube up to 165 degrees, and it comes up very slowly. So this is 29 minutes it takes to do that. So while it's doing that, I don't know what else you want to see. You want to see the antenna today? Did you ever look at the connections in the antenna? No. Last week. I'm gonna grab the top. Okay, so you saw the transmitter. Let's go out and look at the antenna system. We'll talk about that a little bit.